Simple. There's no yeast, there's no must, there's no baking powder, there's no fuss. It's simple as can be, and all it involves is salt.
Hey.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today is Wednesday, October 3rd, 2018. Happy hump day. And speaking of which, guys, please, can we all just get along? All right, no more fighting, no more hard-headedness. Can we all just like learn together, okay? And be educated and not just pick one tribe, pick one coin, and just be bullish with one project and nothing else. Can we please open up our minds? I don't want any more fighting, no more anything. I want this pretty much to be the last video I do on Ripple, XRP, and this whole situation, okay? I'm doing a comparison in between both Stellar and XRP. We're gonna be talking about it real quick so you guys can get an idea as to why XRP is a bad idea, but at the same time I fully understand how the Ripple network, XRP, and these things could be around for a long time, but it's up to us to, it's not even up to us to not use them. It's just like I've already told you guys many times before, it's just business. It's not personal, it's business. Eventually people will not use XRP, will not use that network, period, end of story, because even though XRP, the XRP token running on the Ripple network, could, essentially be faster and even cheaper and things like that. You have to remember, guys, that there's still these things called banks that are the middlemen, that are the ones that are running this whole show, and they're still going to be charging and charging and charging. There's a million other things that we can talk, we are going to be talking about, but just with that alone, eventually that will catch up, because we already see Stellar and StellarX in that platform is going to provide a platform for individuals, corporations, whoever, to trade cryptos back and forth without any fees, for free and anonymously. Okay, so please, no more fighting, guys. No more fighting. I don't want this to be the case.
You live in a conflict zone, buddy.
You push ladies out of the way. You push ladies.
I don't push them
yes,
out
you
of
do.
the way.
Fact.
James, this
I've
is
seen
about
that.
you, not me.
Oh.
And you are in the conflict forever because you can't get out of your own way.
Wow, that was good.
I've just started, buddy. I can have a conversation with you in peace.
Yeah.
Or I can confront with you the way you choose to confront with others.
I didn't shout at you.
No, you didn't, but you're shouting at me in your eyes and in your mind and your stubbornness, and they see that.
Definitely. So, to continue with the wise words of Gary Busey, please, guys, let's just go over the quick facts, okay? Why does Bitcoin and cryptocurrency exist? The reason they exist is to get away from central banks, to get away from a government, a bank, a private entity having the ability to print money and give it to us, the people, with interest. This is why we're getting away. Why we have Bitcoin and crypto, why it's so important. If you understand what's going on, the difference between currency and money, if you really understand what's going on with the dollar, other currencies around the world, what's the currency crisis, what fiat is, if you understand all of these things, then there's no reason you would even be in the XRP camp, and you would understand what that is about. We're going to explain exactly how that system works and what they do. If you're in this space for the right reason, meaning, to get away from the banks, for freedom, to have the ability to have everyone be their own bank, so to have the ability so that communities can have power again, people can again fill potholes, save babies like Roger Ver says, whatever, and not wait until the day when a government entity is going to do that for them. Okay? If you guys are not aware, you know, government and banks have not been doing a very good job lately. And so we, the people, have created a solution, which is Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, etc., etc. Okay? Now, for the longest fucking time now, you know, meaning, you know, especially in very recent times, governments and banks, especially banks, I put them both in the same boat. They have been fighting against cryptocurrencies because they understand what they represent. They represent the power being given back to the people and the power being stripped away from them. So they understand exactly what it is. There's a few nations out there around the world which are embracing crypto, like Venezuela, Malta, so on and so forth. But for the most part, most countries and most governments, most central banks, and everyone out there for the most part that controls our lives right now, they are against these products, these ideas, this technology, for too many obvious reasons. They have been working for centuries trying to enslave us. They finally got it almost perfect, and then bam, somebody comes out with this thing called crypto. Okay? Which in turn will devalue everything that they've worked so hard for in order to enslave us to the point where we are now. And all of a sudden, like that, we have the ability to get away from that. Now, Ripple is literally the last hope for the banks. Now, not Ripple network and XRP. So the XRP token on the Ripple network, that is the last hope for the banks. Okay? Let me explain why. Because as of right now, with crypto, anyone can send any amount of money to any human on another side of the earth. So for example, I'm out here in Mexico, and if I have a friend in Hong Kong, I can send them $1 million, pesos, whatever, any crypto, anything I want, in a matter of seconds or minutes, okay, for a very minimal fee. As we already know, I think Charlie Lee sent already like $1 million for just a few cents, or someone in the Litecoin Foundation a few months ago. So, and again, once we add atomic swaps, once we add that Lightning Network and other things like that, you already know. So, right now, if you are a bank, no matter what bank you are, in order for you to send $1 million from Mexico to Hong Kong, first of all, I need to explain to the bank why I'm sending $1 million. The other entity also has to explain why he's receiving $1 million. If both governments allow the transfer, then the transfer can continue. Once the transfer is initiated, it not only does it cost a lot of money, like percentages worth, maybe $1,000 in comparison to 10 cents for $1 million to send that money. It also takes many days for it to get from Mexico to Hong Kong, because it needs to travel in between all of these banks. The liquidity needs to be found before it gets from point A to point B. Why? Because the banks don't just have that $1 million on hand. So they need to create it, find it, whatever. I know it sounds kind of insane, but that's really the case, because again, we know that that's the case because we deal with this all the time. That's why no one sends bank transfers. Everyone does every other transfer humanly possible. In fact, things like the Cash App, Robinhood, whatever, a lot of these apps, PayPal, you name it, these are all middlemen for the middlemen. Because again, banks are so slow that, things like a Cash App, things like PayPal, things like, Intuit, OMG, whatever, all of these things have come about, and there's a million different little projects, apps, whatever, they're run on different phones and different computers all around the world in order to facilitate these transfers, because banks are too slow. And so what do? These apps, they facilitate that transfer so that I can send $1 million from Mexico to my friend in Hong Kong. It sends it immediately. The app vouches for me, but how does it vouch for me? Because I already went through the KYC, I already filled out all this paperwork, and then they are able to transfer it like that, but for a larger fee. So now you're paying even more money. So right then and there, it's already costing a lot of fucking money just to send, okay? So, and by the way, how does a bank send and work all this? It's through this thing called the SWIFT system, which allows these transfers to happen, okay? From a bank here in Mexico to then maybe a branch in Miami, Florida, then that branch somewhere in Europe, and then from Europe all the way to India, and then from India finally to Hong Kong. Really? Wow, huh? It's a lot of fucking middlemen, huh? And it's pretty much that's how it works. So all of a sudden, what the Ripple network is going to be a new version of this SWIFT system. So the Ripple network will replace the SWIFT system. The Ripple network, in a sense, will be what's going to have everything be running smoothly. All right? Right? We're getting that? XRP are going to be these tokens, okay, that are going to be used in order to transfer money. So for example, I have $1 million in Mexico and I want to send it to my friend in Hong Kong. So how does that work? Well, I deposit $1 million in my bank. As soon as I deposit and initiate the transfer, the bank creates $1 million worth of Once I initiate the transfer, the bank creates $1 million worth of XRP tokens. They get those XRP tokens and they send it all the way to Hong Kong like that, just like Bitcoin or Litecoin, like that. Once they get to the bank in Hong Kong, okay, those XRP tokens are now turned into 1 million Hong Kong dollars, and then my friend over there can now cash out those $1 million. But again, you see how it's still going through the banks. There's still going to be KYC. There's still going to be all of these checks and balances, all these things. And again, who is checking all this stuff in the sense of like, who needs to know all this shit? We already know the governments and the banks. Now, we can easily start fucking falling down the rabbit holes like, whoa, they're stopping money laundering and terrorism and this and that. But again, guys, do your fucking homework, because if you're asking me these questions or even saying these comments, you guys are just dumb as rocks, because we already know the biggest sponsor of terrorism is the US dollar, central banks, etc., etc. So for example, HSBC, a major bank, they are, they are the #1 money launderer for Mexican cartels, and they have never, been in trouble, paid a fine. They have pled guilty. They have been found guilty in many courts, and yet everything's fine. And there's plenty of other banks that do this. So when we were talking about Eric Voorhees and Shapeshift yesterday, and they were saying something about like he was someone out there, some fucking random entity using his platform laundered $9 million in money. It's like, guys, some of these banks launder billions in just a day. And yet, these are the same banks which are going to be using Ripple. These are the same banks that you guys out there that don't know anything are trying to push down our throat and saying, no, listen guys, the banks are great, banks are wonderful, trust the banks, Ripple is the best, Ripple's gonna take over the world, and and fuck Bitcoin. And it's like, do you guys even know what's going on? Obviously not. They just have no idea. So the biggest mafia in the world, the biggest cartel, the worst, the central banks, and all Ripple is just a tool for them to be able to compete with us. Now, let me explain again. Let's reverse this. Let's go back, okay? So again, as I already explained how Ripple works, the Ripple network works, and I already explained how XRP works. So you already see how that money transfer works. Again, if I can use the bank to transfer the $1 million with XRP using all that shit, and again, the bank is still going to charge me money. All that money saving stuff is only for the banks. The banks cannot sustain the system that they have created anymore. They cannot sustain it. It costs them more to send money and all that shit. So they have to pass on that fee to you. And so now, eventually, when millionaires and people with a lot of money, or just anyone, is going to keep confronting these fees, that's why people are leaving the banks and just straight up going, or not even going to a bank to begin with, and just going towards cryptocurrency. So the banks have to reduce their own cost in order to maintain the system, but banks still need to charge you to send that money because they need to pay for the branch that you went to. They need to pay for the employees. They need to pay for electricity. They need to pay for all of these things. Which, by the way, again, for all of you guys out there, they're like, oh, Bitcoin and crypto to mine, and it costs so much money and blah, it's not sustainable. Guys, again, please look at your own banking model, okay? And understand that it costs a lot more fucking money to maintain banks. So, again, guys, all the XRP token is, all the Ripple network is just a tool for the banks so that the banks can continue doing business as usual and, in a sense, try to compete with cryptocurrency. But the reality is that they cannot compete with cryptocurrency. Okay? They just can't. I mean, I can go down the lines of all the negatives of the Ripple network and the XRP token. There's way too many to mention here. Seriously. And the fact that it gets endorsements from all the banks, all the major firms, people like Bill Clinton, and so on and so forth. And you guys out there that defend the Ripple and XRP, use those as tools to defend your position. You guys, there's no more conversation to be had here. Like, for real. Like, why are you even watching anything crypto related? You guys are doing whatever. Another thing, XRP is not a blockchain. It's not what I don't want to fucking hear, and I don't want to hear no fucking explanations and all this and that, whatever. Listen, again, guys, this is what you guys are not understanding. Why we need, even look, if Ripple was an actual blockchain and an immutable ledger like Bitcoin, then you know what? I would be okay with Ripple and XRP. You know why? Because now everything would be accountable. Everything that goes through the banks would be accountable. Okay, and that goes for all the government money, all the government expenditures, all the funny money that the banks, all the funny business that they do will not be able to happen anymore because everything will be whatever, will be put on a ledger, and there's proof of every single transaction, a receipt to everything that cannot be altered. Now, XRP token and Ripple is not a fucking blockchain. And why would it be a blockchain? You know what I mean? All they're doing is they're using the same exact system that they have right now, and they're telling you it's a blockchain, and they're telling you that all this stuff is better, but they're not proving anything. They have barely released this xRapid thing, and they got like what, 3 entities using it or some shit like that. If it was so great and wonderful, why isn't everyone else using it? All right. But the reality is that it's the reason that we need to have Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and all this stuff is to hold everybody accountable. Besides having the money in our own pocket, in our own self, instead of having another entity have our money and our wealth for us. You guys understand? So by Ripple and XRP not being, God, there's so much fucking noise out there. But by them not being a blockchain, it allows them to continue doing all of the stuff that they do. All this funny business. Anyways, I'm going to cut it real quick, see if the noise stops so I can start talking about XLM. But I hope that is enough to talk about Ripple and XRP for you to understand why Ripple's no bueno. And now we're going to talk about XLM and Stellar and why they're going the right route. They're going down the right path. Hey guys, I'm in the process of editing the video right now, but I just realized that I really don't have too many cutscenes in here, so I'm just gonna add another funny cutscene, so I guess to get you guys a little comic relief.
For what? Arresting me for what? I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
between this serious video, but I just feel that what I have to say should not be interrupted because it'll kind of like fuck up the flow. Hope you guys understand. All right, guys, so now let's talk about XLM and Stellar and that whole project and why they're so different as opposed to Ripple and why they are, again, in my opinion, it's a better project. So, first of all, if you would just listen to everything I just said about Ripple and what Ripple is and what Ripple represents, again, is just a way to move fiat for the banks. It's just a way to keep the fiat system, to keep the banking system, to keep us enslaved, make everything worse. It's just to keep status quo, business as usual. That's all Ripple is. What cryptos are, what Bitcoin is a way out, okay? It's a solution to that problem. It's a way for us to create our own currency, for us to create our own money, all right? Our own everything. And if one doesn't work, we can create another one and another one and another one, and we can create and have a symbiotic, a system of many currencies in which we ourselves give them value, and therefore we have items in which we can trade for goods and services and so on and so forth, and not have another individual or another entity or corporation or anything like that dictate to us anymore the value of our work, the value of our money, of our currency, of what we do, of everything, okay? The water we drink, the air we breathe, the food that we eat, enough, okay? So, that's what cryptocurrency represents. But the thing is, it's like the question we keep asking ourselves over and over and over again. It's like, how do we move from one end to the other? How do we get away from the old banking legacy system and go into this full-on crypto world? It's been very hard.
That's what she said.
and we haven't done much. I mean, we've done a lot. Okay, we've done a lot. But in the true sense of the definition, we haven't done jack shit in comparison. So the banks obviously see this, and so they themselves are just jumping on that train and creating a token, a system, whatever, to trick the population like they're really good at, to just say, hey, look, don't worry, why do you need to confuse yourself with all these cryptos and shit like that? We got the solution, we already got the whatever, bam, this is what it is, don't worry about it, bam. You don't even need to understand what cryptos are. All right? And so this is why it's our job to educate everybody and let them know really what all this stuff is. So now, let's get to what Stellar XLM is, and what StellarX is. Now, if you asked me just a couple weeks ago about what Stellar was, what Ripple was, XLM, XRP, all this shit, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't tell you. I wouldn't care. I would just say XRP is a banker coin. Stellar seems like another banker coin, whatever. After a lot of fucking Ripple education and Ripple talk the last couple weeks, I have educated myself more on Ripple and XRP, and I wasn't that far off. The reason I never touched Stellar is because, again, Stellar is just a fork off of XRP. So I was like, bro, what could this possibly be? How could this, whatever. But then when you see, and like yesterday, I watched, first of all, I heard the news that Stellar was launching a decentralized exchange. Then I went and visited the decentralized exchange. And wow, very interesting. And I saw a video, I think the Crypto Stash, he was out there and he made a walkthrough on the XLM, on StellarX, on the decentralized exchange and what it is and what it means. Now, these two things, XRP token and XLM token, the Ripple network, the Ripple project, okay, xRapid is completely different than Stellar, StellarX, and that whole project. But let me explain. What we need as a population is for us to have multiple cryptocurrencies, and we also need a way in which to exchange these cryptocurrencies. As of now, we don't really have that. So StellarX has provided us with a decentralized exchange so that we can exchange our tokens on the fly and anonymously. Now, we also, what the platform says, you're also allowed to link your bank, KYC if you want, transfer money, cash, Hong Kong dollars, fiat. But in reality, it's just going to be a decentralized platform, and these XLM tokens are going to be used to transfer things back and forth. But really, it's going to be where, let's say I want to send $1 million to my friend in Hong Kong. Well, I have $1 million in Litecoin, so I'll just send it through the XLM decentralized network. He will get it over there, and then he'll get whatever he wants, whether he wants $1 million Hong Kong dollars, $1 million US dollars, $1 million in Bitcoin, $1 million in whatever token he wants for free. I just had a thought as I was editing this, and I realized Backed could be using either XRP or XLM and Stellar. Probably, I don't know, who knows, but can you imagine the news? Again, who knows, they might just not have to use it at all, but regardless, just throwing that in there. Remember, everything is still rudimentary right now. And what people want is just like, they just want the phone and they want to know how to use it, and that's it. They don't want to know how this works. They don't give a fuck how this works. And that's what Ripple and the Ripple Foundation and all these things and all these people are trying to capitalize on, because they understand that people don't really give a fuck how the cryptocurrency works. They just want it to work. And if they can just say, hey, look, here's something that works, okay, whatever, so then people can just skip learning and stop learning about what cryptos are, what Bitcoin is, and all this stuff. So then something like a StellarX, or like platform, is like super crazy, exciting fucking news for us. But for the average Joe, they're like, what the fuck do I care? How is this even gonna affect me? Why are you buying Ripple, bro? Or XRP, bro? You know what I mean? Like, the bank got me. Don't worry, I love the banks. It's like that. And so that's really what the main difference is. StellarX has finally come out with the first ever decentralized exchange. Now listen. As I was saying that, I knew I was wrong. There are already plenty of decentralized exchanges, but the first real decentralized exchange that seems to work like any other exchange. Fast, great, no hiccups, and all that shit. And it's peer-to-peer. So you're trading and buying and selling everything peer-to-peer. You can't beat that shit. Okay? So, again, guys, please, to reiterate, StellarX, that XLM platform. XLM is, again, a hard fork off of Ripple, yet we're already seeing a working version of something using XRP or whatever, that network, and actually working in our favor and helping all of us, okay, to, again, fight the banks and go against the banks. Anyone that's, again, I don't want to be this guy drawing the line in the sand, I'm not whatever, but the reality is that that's really the only fight we are going through right now. It's all of us versus the banks. And so either A, you're on our side, which is the crypto side, the human side, and that's it, the people side, or you're on B, the bank side. B for bank. So it's either you're with the people or you're with the banks. That's it. That's literally all it is. And I don't want to be that fucking guy, again, like I just said, to be drawing the line in the sand. It's us versus them, it's whatever. Because I feel that it's, in the future we could have banks, We need government. By the way, I'm just doing laundry. I sincerely apologize for the fucking noise. We do need these things, but they work for us. We do not work for them. Right now, we work for the banks. We are slaves to the banks. We work for the government. We are slaves to the government. We are their property. Okay? What cryptocurrency does is allows us to start releasing those chains. It's the first step in the many steps that we need to take to get our freedom back. This revolution that's taking place right now. So again, either you're with us, you're with the people, or you're with the banks. And it's okay, you can be with the banks. But just stop trying to ram this bullshit down our throat, or you will fucking see the full wrath of the crypto fucking community. That's it. Ripple Network, XRP, those things are not cryptos. They're not. Okay? They are a network built by the banks in order to keep the banks afloat. That's it. Okay? A cryptocurrency has to first and foremost, okay, adhere to certain, laws or certain rules or whatever. Meaning it has to be on an immutable ledger. It has to be on a network, the blockchain or something like a blockchain, and so on and so. Look, I'm not the technical guy. I'm not gonna fucking be here trying to fucking pull this shit out of my ass. You know exactly what the difference between both are. Right now, all Ripple is a fiat. Okay? Remember how a lot of you guys were on top of me because of the petrol coin and what that is and what that was? Again, it was just some token that was created out of fucking nothing. As of yesterday, the president of Venezuela, Maduro, said that, yeah, they are going to officially launch a petro. And that petro coin is what's going to be used within the country in order to do internet or digital transfers. That there will be physical fiat, but there will also be digital fiat that will be this cryptocurrency, and this cryptocurrency will be the currency of the land. And when people need fiat, that fiat will be, it'll be the cryptocurrency and then the fiat from that crypto. Okay? And so the reason that they need to do that is because of what's going on with the dollar, what's going on with that country, and what the relationship with the US and so on and so forth. And other countries are doing that as well, or are starting to do that, whether it's Iran, Argentina might be next, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of countries that are already going down this path and taking this approach because they have no choice. Okay? And do you think that people are going to be sending XRP to a bank in Venezuela? No, they're not. But if I have family in Venezuela, I can send them some fucking Dash or Bitcoin or whatever. You understand? So guys, please educate yourself. Let this be the first of many videos for you guys to start educating yourself a lot more. And it's okay if you are 100% full-blown on the Ripple train right now. It's okay. All right? I used to be, I have BitConnect. I used to have other coins that are shit coins and so on and so forth. But it doesn't matter. Okay? It's only going to matter is if you lose money or if you're in it for the wrong reasons, which is to make money. There's no reason for us not to make money, but if that's your only reason to have Ripple, or if you wholeheartedly believe that Ripple is going to be the future and you don't understand, and now that I've educated you a little bit and you do understand and you're still on the Ripple train, listen, man, please, I don't know what to tell you guys. But it's okay for us. Listen, it's okay. As long as we got our foot in the door and you are into the crypto space, it doesn't matter how you got here, guys. All right? We're here. All right? And let's keep educating ourselves and educating others and really doing right. Okay? For not yourself, not just yourself, not just your family, but for everyone around you guys. All right? Please. We have the ability to have the power back. We have the ability to build our own future. We have so much power, it's fucking insane. And the banks know it. The governments know it. These entities know it. Okay? So please, don't give in to the hype. Please educate yourself a lot more. Look at this as a time, a period in time, just like back in the late 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, whether it was the beginning of computers or the internet or the .com era, it doesn't matter. This is one of those times. Do not be one of those guys that is just full-blown on, I'm a 100% purist on, pets.com. Forget everything else. I'm a 100% purist on laser discs. Laser discs are the future. You know what I mean? And things like that. Please don't be that guy. Okay? Don't be that guy. All right? I'm telling you, you're gonna regret it. The more you learn, the better you're gonna fucking be off. I knew back in the day when Laserdisc, when everyone was fucking saying Laserdisc of the future, I knew way back then that no, why would anyone want these fucking monster Laserdiscs? I saw these little mini discs and I was like, well, that is kind of like on the right track. Then we saw the CDs and DVDs and like, okay, there we go, now we're talking. And before that we had VCDs, remember those? Video CDs and shit like that. So listen guys, but I even though that was lesser quality and lesser whatever, I knew that was more. Oh, and so it's the same thing right now. Well, you need to really just educate yourself.
Knowledge.
And then figure it out. And you'll be the genius at the end of the day. And it really doesn't take a lot of brain power and genius to fucking be a genius in this space. It just takes common sense. But I'm going to leave it with this last quote. Okay? I learned this from Big Mama back in the day, you know, where she was teaching me how to cook collard greens and fucking fried chicken and cornbread and shit. She said, child, common sense ain't so common. And that's what I gotta keep reminding myself, okay? Whenever I have discussions with certain individuals about certain things. And this is really gonna be the last video on XRP. But the reality is that not only do I have to keep reminding myself of this, but a lot of us have to keep reminding ourselves on this. And that way it's part of not feeding the trolls. Or feeding, you know, the other narrative, okay? Common sense ain't so common. And that's it. Anyways, guys, I love you. I know today was a bit of a mouthful. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed the program. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a comparison. I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad you joined me. And yeah, look at that. I don't know if you hear that. Laundry's done. Perfect timing. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please share the knowledge, okay? Please, but most importantly, again, I know I say it over and over again, but share. Educate. Knowledge. That's it, guys. Please, don't do it for me. Do it for yourselves. Do it for whatever. You know, your family, your kids, whoever you care for. But do it for yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, you're not gonna be able to take care of anyone. Education, knowledge. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything you guys do, for all your donations, all your patronage, everything. But more importantly than anything else, besides sharing the knowledge, thank you for being here, and thank you for wanting to expand your mind a little bit. Love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to catch this end of the show here. Peace. Hey guys, just want to give a quick shout out to all of you guys. I'm super crazy happy and humbled. Look at this, 761 subscribers so far already. Just keeps jumping every single day. I feel like I was at 758 just this morning. More views, more everything. You guys are just wow. Okay, thank you, love you. As for the patrons, thank you so much. Shout out to everyone out there, all of you motherfuckers, you know, all 10 of you, and all you others that are donating to me in other ways, but still, you know, just everyone on the patronage side. Thank you. We're up to $244 a month. Also, I added a new goal. It's like, let's get Jose to his Mexican residency. All right. I don't know how to work this thing so far, but like, whatever. I just need like about 1,000 a month. But whatever. But this is a separate goal. I don't know whether together, but regardless, once this is done, once we get to this separately, I'm gonna remove it. But yeah, this is just to get me my Mexican residency. So please, if you can help me out with that separately, whatever, I don't know. I love you. All right. To give a shout out to my sponsors, Crypto Outfitter, out there slinging it, hustling every day, making some of the best crypto clothes there is out there. So please check them out. Not just, you know, t-shirts, but, you know, everything from phone cases to socks. You know, if you're a coffee lover, he got you covered. You know, we're linked up with Irwin's Coffee, all right, another crypto producer. And, you know, Irwin makes his own coffee, brews it, does that whole shebang. Check them out. You can buy coffee mug, the whole thing. We're all family here. But anyways, Check them out. Check Crypto Outfitter. All the links are at the bottom. We got streammaster.biz. If you want to buy one of these awesome gadgets, you know, you just hook it up and stream away. All right, just seriously, anything you could ever want to stream. Everything from TV shows to football games and anything and everything in between. All you got to do is just check them out. I got a link at the bottom so you can check out everything that they're about. Also, Twitch. Let's give Twitch a shout out. Getting all you guys on board. Love it, love it. Thursday night, we're going to start doing our weekly shows, but I think we might do it to Wednesday. I think we might start doing Wednesday nights instead of Thursday nights, okay, guys? Just FYI, we're going to keep throwing it maybe Wednesday and Thursday nights, okay? But regardless, get on Twitch, subscribe, check me out, all right? And that way you're ready. You get your notifications, all right? We don't want you not to have your notifications. And join me on Twitch, and you already know what's up. And then last but not least, damn it, just get your Waves wallet, guys, all right? Get your freaking Waves freaking wallet so I can give you some Waves token. Send me your Waves address. This is my address, and you just copy, post it at the bottom, at the bottom link of this video, and in the comment section, and I'll be sending you some Jose tokens, buddy. You want some Jose tokens? I got you some Jose coins, all right? So all I need is for you to give me your address, and I'll send you some Jose coins, all right? Be part of the revolution, whatever that is, all right? So remember, Twitch, streammaster.biz, Crypto Outfitter, Patreon, love you, and Jose Arteaga, the channel, all right? Thank you so much. Yeah, Jose Arteaga is my biggest sponsor, all right, guys? Just so give him the most love, all right? Thanks again for watching. I love you guys. You guys are the best. Seriously, don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, and bam, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Hello, Dash community. Here Alejandro Echeverria from Dash Shop, Dash Merchant, and Dash Techs. It is September 12th, and right now I'm in the mall CCCT in Caracas, Venezuela. I'm gonna have lunch in Subway, and I will pay in Dash. So follow me. So guys, you won't believe me, but the guy is telling me that the Fiat POS system right now in the mall, in the CCCT mall, is not working in any store. So another reason to use Dash. The 15, okay, vale. So this is a perfect reason to use Dash and the demonstration that cryptocurrencies can solve these kind of issues. I'm about to pay the sandwich. ¿Cuánto es, mi pana? 983,76. Bueno, te va a pagar en Dash. So I'm scanning the POS system. It is 9.28. So this is the sandwich for 3 cents. And it should confirm the transaction in the POS in a few seconds. Ready. Nice. So they received the payment. Listo, me da el sandwich y ya. So record this one. This thing. The POS, which shows the POS is broken. A punto dañado. So, así. ¿Tienes pencil ahí, mi pana? Sí.